Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. Have you ever had a dream so big it kept you awake at night? A fire so strong inside of you that no matter how many times life knocked you down, it whispered, "Get back up, keep going." I wasn't born with success in my hands. I didn't wake up one morning and find opportunity waiting at my doorstep. No, what I had was passion, raw passion, a burning desire to live a life that was bigger than excuses, stronger than fear, and greater than limitations. But passion alone wasn't enough. Passion without action is just a wish. I had to work, I had to sacrifice, I had to show up when no one was clapping, when no one was watching, when no one believed. I remember those moments when I doubted myself. I remember people telling me, "It won't work, you can't do this," and maybe you've heard that voice too. Sometimes from others, sometimes from within. But here's what I learned: when your heart is connected to your purpose, and your purpose is fueled by passion, you can transform that passion into profit. See, passion is the seed, profit is the harvest. But in between, you've got to plow the ground, water the soil, and protect your dream from the weeds of doubt, fear, and negativity. I didn't just chase money. I chased meaning. I chased growth. I chased impact. And when you focus on serving others, when you pour your passion into helping people, the money comes as a byproduct. So today, I stand before you not to tell you it's easy, but to tell you it's possible, that the same passion inside you has the power to create a career, a business, a life that you can be proud of. But you've got to be willing to fight for it, to fail for it, to rise for it, and to keep going for it. This is how I turned my passion into a profitable career. I believed, I worked, I served, and I refused to quit. And if I can do it, so can you. Passion is the spark that lights the fire of possibility. Without passion, every idea feels heavy, every challenge looks impossible, and every obstacle seems permanent. But when passion lives inside of you, it transforms struggle into fuel and turns every can't into how can I. Passion is what makes you leap out of bed in the morning with purpose instead of dread. It is the energy that keeps you moving when others would have stopped long ago. Think about it. Every invention, every business, every piece of art that ever changed the world began with passion. Someone dared to believe in something bigger than themselves. They saw possibilities where others only saw problems. They felt a calling so strong that they refused to ignore it. Passion is not just a feeling, it's a force. It's the heartbeat of your dream. Without it, you may survive, but you will never truly thrive. When I began my journey, I didn't have all the answers. I didn't have all the money. I didn't even have all the connections. But I had one thing that kept me going. I had passion. And let me tell you something. Passion will take you further than talent when talent refuses to work. Passion will keep you in the game when skill alone wants to quit. Passion will drive you to learn, to grow, and to push until you find a way forward. The truth is, passion makes pain bearable. It makes late nights and early mornings worthwhile. It makes rejection sting less, because deep down you know this is what you were made for. Without passion, obstacles look like stop signs. With passion, they look like detours. And when you see them as detours, you keep driving, you keep moving, you keep finding another road. Passion also creates energy that attracts others. People are drawn to fire. They want to be around someone who is alive with purpose, who speaks with conviction, who believes in what they're doing. When you carry passion, you don't just inspire yourself, you inspire others to believe, to follow, and sometimes to join you in your mission. That's the power of starting with passion. And here's something powerful: passion makes you unstoppable, even when the world says you're unqualified. You may not have the degree, you may not have the resources, but if you have passion, you have something far greater. You have the drive to learn, the hunger to improve, and the courage to keep moving forward until your dream becomes real. Passion alone is not enough. You can dream about success all day. You can talk about your vision. You can even feel it burning inside you. But unless you take action, that passion will remain just a wish. Action is what breathes life into passion. It is the bridge that carries your dream from imagination into reality. Without action, your passion is like a car without fuel. It looks good, but it isn't going anywhere. There are people who wait for the perfect time, the perfect resources, or the perfect opportunity. But let me tell you this, the perfect time doesn't exist. The perfect opportunity doesn't knock. You build it with your actions. Every step you take, no matter how small, creates momentum. And momentum is what transforms passion into progress. If you want to see change, if you want to see results, you've got to move. When I started, I didn't have everything figured out. I didn't have all the tools or all the knowledge. But I took the first step, and that's what most people never do. They never start. They let fear freeze them. They let doubt hold them hostage, and they wait. But progress doesn't come to the ones who wait. It comes to the ones who are willing to act, even when they're uncertain, even when they're scared. Action teaches you what passion alone cannot. It reveals the mistakes you need to learn from, the skills you need to build, and the direction you need to go. Without action, you'll never discover your true potential. You'll never know how strong, how capable, how resilient you can be. You'll only know the limits that fear has drawn for you. But when you act, when you move forward despite the fear, you stretch those limits and discover a new version of yourself. Every big success you see today is built on small actions taken consistently. Writing one page every day turns into a book. Making one call every day turns into a business. Practicing one skill every day turns into mastery. Action compounds. And when you add consistency to action, you create progress so powerful that it becomes impossible to ignore. Here's the truth. Opportunities don't just happen. They are created by action. Doors don't open because you wish for them. They open because you knock, and sometimes because you keep knocking until they can't stay closed. Passion is the dream, but action is the hammer that breaks down the walls standing between you and that dream. Life will test you. It will push you, break you, and sometimes bring you to your knees. And here's the truth. Passion and action alone won't be enough if you don't have resilience. Because the moment you step out to chase your dream, life will ask you, how bad do you want it? Resilience is the answer to that question. It's the ability to rise when everything inside you screams to stay down. It's the strength to keep going, not because it's easy, but because your dream is worth it. Resilience is what separates the dreamers from the achievers. Dreamers stop when it hurts. Achievers push through the pain. Dreamers quit when people criticize them. Achievers use criticism as fuel. Dreamers see failure as the end. Achievers see failure as feedback. The truth is, everyone falls, but not everyone gets back up. And success only belongs to those who refuse to stay down. There were times when I wanted to quit. Times when the doors kept closing. Times when people I trusted walked away. Times when the results didn't match the effort I was putting in. And in those moments, resilience was the only thing that kept me moving. Not talent, not luck, not motivation, but resilience. The will to keep showing up, even when it hurt, even when it was lonely, even when it seemed impossible. Resilience doesn't mean you don't feel the pain. It doesn't mean you don't get tired, frustrated, or discouraged. It means you don't let those feelings control your destiny. It means you can bend without breaking. It means you can fall without giving up. Resilience is the silent power that whispers, "This is not the end. Keep going. There's more in you." And here's what resilience does. It transforms obstacles into lessons, pain into power, and losses into preparation. Every setback becomes a stepping stone. Every failure becomes a teacher. Every challenge becomes a reminder that you are stronger than you thought you were. Resilience is not about avoiding the storm. It's about learning how to dance in the rain until the sun shines again. When people see success, they often admire the glory, but overlook the grit. They see the shine, but not the struggle. Resilience is the hidden ingredient behind every success story. It's what kept me in the fight when I could have walked away. And it's what will keep you in the game when the odds seem impossible. Because the truth is, the ones who win are not always the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who are the most resilient. Whenever you decide to chase something bigger than yourself, doubters will show up. They'll tell you it's impossible. They'll remind you of your failures, and they'll point out every reason why you can't do it. Sometimes those voices come from strangers, sometimes from friends, and sometimes even from family. But you must understand this. Just because someone can't see your vision doesn't mean your vision isn't real. Their doubt is a reflection of their limitations, not yours. Doubters are everywhere, and they often sound convincing because they speak from fear, not faith. They'll say, be realistic. Don't aim too high. Don't take risks. But what they're really saying is, I'm afraid, and I want you to live at the same level of fear. If you listen to them, you'll shrink your dream to fit their comfort zone. And let me tell you, nothing great has ever been achieved inside the comfort zone of doubters. There were people who told me I would fail. They told me I didn't have what it takes. They laughed at my goals. And in the beginning, their voices hurt because I wanted approval. But then I realized something powerful. I didn't need their approval to chase my passion. I didn't need their permission to pursue my dream. The only validation I needed was my own belief. The moment you stop seeking permission, you take back your power. Here's the truth. Doubters will always be loudest when you're closest to a breakthrough. They can sense that you're moving toward something greater, and their words are often rooted in jealousy, fear, or misunderstanding. If you stop to argue with every doubter, you'll waste the energy that should be invested in building your dream. Silence them with results. Don't explain. Show them through your progress, your growth, and your persistence. Ignoring the doubters doesn't mean pretending their words don't sting. It means refusing to let those words direct your choices. You can hear them, but you don't have to listen. You can acknowledge them, but you don't have to obey. Your dream wasn't given to them. It was given to you. And because it was given to you, only you have the responsibility to nurture it, protect it, and fight for it until it becomes reality. And here's something powerful. Many of the doubters you face today will one day applaud you. The same people who said you couldn't will turn around and say they always believed in you. So don't let their doubt become your destiny. Keep moving, keep building, and keep believing, because the best way to answer doubt is not with words, it's with proof. Chasing money alone will leave you empty. You can stack up checks, buy the car, buy the house, wear the clothes, and still wake up in the morning feeling unfulfilled. Why? Because money is temporary. It comes, it goes. But purpose, that's eternal. Purpose gives meaning to your work. Purpose makes you proud of what you've built, not just because it pays the bills, but because it impacts lives. When you're driven by profit alone, you'll quit when it gets hard. The moment the money slows down, the motivation dies. But when you're fueled by purpose, you'll keep going even when the profit isn't there yet. Purpose is what sustains you in the dry seasons when results are delayed and success feels far away. It's what gives you the patience to endure, the courage to stand firm, and the reason to keep building. Purpose also separates you from the crowd. Anybody can chase money, but not everybody has the conviction to chase meaning. When people see that you're doing what you do because you care, because you believe in it, because it's bigger than just a paycheck, they connect with you on a deeper level. And that connection builds trust. Trust builds loyalty, and loyalty over time brings more opportunities than money ever could on its own. I learned early on that if I served people first, the money would follow. When I focused on solving problems, adding value, and making a difference, doors opened that I could have never forced open chasing profit alone. See, purpose creates impact, and impact attracts income. The bigger your impact, the bigger the rewards that flow back to you. But it only works when you flip the order. Purpose first, profit second. And here's the beautiful thing about living with purpose. It fuels your passion like nothing else. When you know why you're doing something, the hard days don't break you, they shape you. The long nights don't discourage you, they remind you of what's at stake. Purpose keeps your vision clear and your heart strong, even when the road is rough. Without it, you're just working. With it, you're building a legacy. Purpose is what makes your journey worthwhile. It's what turns your career into a calling and your work into something you can look back on with pride. Because at the end of the day, profit is measured in numbers, but purpose is measured in lives touched, hearts inspired, and futures changed. That's why purpose must always come before profit. Every dream demands a price, and that price is sacrifice. You cannot reach the top while holding on to every comfort, every distraction, and every excuse. Something has to be given up in order for something greater to be gained. Too many people want success without sacrifice. They want the reward without the struggle, the spotlight without the grind. But success doesn't work that way. The bigger the dream, the greater the sacrifice required. I had to give up nights of comfort to work while others were sleeping. I had to say no to parties, no to distractions, no to instant pleasures, so I could say yes to my future. And those sacrifices weren't easy. They stung in the moment. They made me feel like I was missing out. But over time, I realized I wasn't missing out. I was trading temporary pleasures for permanent progress. Sacrifice sharpens your focus. It forces you to decide what really matters. When you let go of things that don't serve your purpose, you create space for growth. You create time for mastery. You create energy for what truly counts. Sacrifice teaches you discipline, and discipline is the backbone of every achievement. Without sacrifice, discipline cannot survive. Without discipline, success cannot last. And here's the truth. Sacrifice isn't just about giving up. It's about investing forward. Every hour you sacrifice today is an investment in the future you desire. Every dollar you put into your dream instead of wasting is a seed planted for tomorrow's harvest. Every distraction you cut out is energy redirected toward building something lasting. Sacrifice is not loss, it's strategic trade. People may not understand your sacrifices. They may question why you're working so hard, why you're not enjoying life like they are. But you must remember, they don't see the vision you see. They don't feel the fire you feel. They don't carry the dream you carry. And because they don't carry it, they can't understand the sacrifices it demands. That's okay. It's not their dream to understand. It's yours to protect and pursue. The road to success is paved with sacrifices that nobody applauds. The hours, the sweat, the tears, the quiet moments of struggle, those are the hidden investments behind every victory. And while sacrifice may hurt today, the rewards it creates tomorrow make every moment of discipline worthwhile. Because at the end of the journey, you'll realize you didn't lose anything. You gained everything that truly matters.